The Sales Meeting Minute, a case for debriefing. You know, as a sales leader, debriefing is one of those important skills that we know we should be doing, but we often don't have time. Many of us debrief calls when they're the big ones. We want to make sure that we didn't miss anything because we absolutely need that sale. So we micromanage every single in and out of that call. Some of us debrief the ones that got away. Well, I'm going to propose to you that you debrief all of your calls, or at the very least, make sure there's a systematic process in place for you to debrief. Think about it for a second. Your salespeople have a system for selling. You want them to have a system for selling. Therefore, they know exactly where they are at any given point and what they need to do to progress. In essence, they're going to become what I'm going to say self-sufficient. If you have a system for debriefing, you're going to help your people become self-sufficient. Why? It's because once they understand how you debrief in a systematic way, then they'll come and they'll project what questions you're going to ask. And if that's true, then they'll ask those questions in the real call. How cool would that be if you think about it for a second? Your people know exactly what the conversation is after the call before it's even occurred. Therefore, you get to shape people's behavior during the call. You know, a good debrief has positives and strokes. It's not all negative. You want to look for things that people have done well. Make that compliment. Give them a stroke. Why? Because if you point out what people have done right, they'll continually do it. Sometimes debriefs are only the things that we did wrong, and I think that's a mistake. The systematic approach is very simple. Follow the compartments of the Sandler selling system. Write out your questions. What questions would you ask in the rapport stage, the upfront contract stage, the pain, budget, decision, fulfillment, and post-sell? Once you have those questions that work for you in your industry, write them down and socialize them with your team. It's important. Most of the time, debriefs are gotcha exercises, which means the managers make it up as they go. A professional leader will give the list to their people and say, we may not debrief all of the calls, but the calls that I'm involved with, I'm going to ask you these following questions. By doing that, you've taken the gotcha out of the debrief. They know exactly what to expect, and by default, they'll ask those questions on a real call. The end result, your people will succeed and succeed more easily. Good luck.